etc. I wrote the book to share with anyone who had a desire and was thinking about running for office, what I thought one would have to do if you want to win, the things you needed to do to earn the right, and I mean earn the right, to run, and to what you must do in order to, I think, convince other people that you're worthy of their support. And I thought we successfully did that. And then I wanted people to understand the challenges that we faced when I became mayor and what we accomplished while we were there, and then sort of what I did after I left office. But I could not have done it without Elizabeth Atkins. I thought about writing a book, and then I just found, as I thought about it, the people that I believe should be interviewed for that book. I wanted them to be interviewed, but I also wanted them to feel that they could answer any question that Elizabeth might ask of that person to get their point of view about the situation, the time, me, or whatever the case may be. And if they didn't like something, they could say it. If they disagreed with something, they could say it. And it wouldn't be like talking to me, and they might not be as forthright as I'd like them to be, because I thought that was important. And so when I started to come to rest with writing a book, I thought about who I might get to help me write it. I wanted someone who had experience writing. I wanted someone who had a good temperament, could listen well, could ask probing questions, and someone who would not be fearful of disagreeing with me or asking or suggesting what I was, or telling me what I was suggesting was crazy or not appropriate or whatever. And it was not difficult, after looking at several people, to settle in on Elizabeth Atkins. I had read several of her books that she'd written or written with others, written on behalf or about others. And of course, I knew her mom. And her mother was a judge and sat on the same court as my wife did. And so I knew her mother quite well, and grew to know Elizabeth and watched her grow up and get married and have a wonderful son, and watch what she was doing. And she's very impressive. And so anybody who's thinking about writing a book, and if you have never written one before, like me, or if you've written one before and you'd like to do it better the next time, you might want to talk to Elizabeth. She and her sister, they have a new entity called the Two Sisters. I take credit for that because Elizabeth, we originally were just talking about co-authoring together, and then we needed to get it published, and she was going to set me up with a publishing company. And her sister, who's also a writer, and her mother, by the way, is a writer. Her mother wrote a book, impressive and just great, one that I found interesting. And her sister, while I'm trying to write one, she wrote 3 and published. In any event, they decided they wanted to start a publishing company, and guess who was the first? Me. And so I said yes, and I watched what they did, and it was very helpful. I didn't write the book to make any money. I wrote the book so that I could share with the public and anybody who wanted to read it. But more importantly, I wanted to share with my 2 grandsons about my life, what I did, how I became what I became and did. And I thought Elizabeth could help me do that. And so they did a great job publishing and the like. And so with that, Elizabeth.